Let's have a quick conversation about legal docketing. And the thing is that if you are thinking about legal docketing for law firms, you really want to save money. You really want to have an efficient process, and you really want to solve some key issues that may arise as you are trying to navigate your legal docketing. So, in today's conversation, I want to explain to you how to save money, how to solve any problem that you may have when it comes to legal docketing. Okay, let me first start by defining for you what legal docketing really is and what it's not. So, if you hear the term legal docketing, I want you to think about the tracking and management of deadlines and events related to legal work. That's what it is. So, legal docketing means you are tracking and managing deadlines and events related to legal work. So, legal docketing actually involves entering key dates like hearings, filing deadlines, and other events into a centralized system to ensure that they are not missed. See, the whole thing is that you do not want to piss off the judge, or you do not want to piss off the court simply because you are missing deadlines. Okay, and if you're missing deadlines, you have fines, you have other reputation issues vis-a-vis the court, but also vis-a-vis clients, and you do not want to have that. So, legal docketing actually helps you not it helps you avoid all those problems. So, docketing also helps your law firm stay organized and compliant with legal deadlines, ultimately supporting the efficient management of cases. And again, the most important element here is your reputation, how the court views your law firm. Okay, it's a reputation. So, the process of legal docketing has evolved to cater to the more specific needs of different fields of law. Okay, so let me give you an example. I mean, it's most commonly used in both civil and criminal litigation for tracking court appearances, deadlines, and other time constraints. So you have automation here. So docketing actually works in the. I mean, docketing actually involves many stakeholders. You have lawyers, paralegals, and other legal support staff, such as legal secretaries. Okay, so that's really good. And so, for any legal matter, your firm can also generate deadlines and events based on documents received from the court or opposing counsel. Okay. So, your attorneys themselves can also create deadlines and events through their own actions, such as setting a deposition or setting written discovery. So, that's something to think about. And a legal docketing system can actually help you sort of streamline the whole process. So let me explain a little further. So, what is the legal docketing system? So, this is actually your law firm's system for organization and management of deadlines and calendar items in legal proceedings. Okay, so the docketing system will partially be based on your firm's internal processes for handling this task. So, every firm has a different docketing system. So, your docketing system will be different from my own docketing system, for instance. Okay, so the cool thing is that legal docketing software has become essential for legal docketing, and in fact might be the central component of the overall system if you think about a legal docketing platform. So legal docketing actually is essential for your law firm because you are able to reduce the risk of malpractice claims. You can actually increase productivity. You can also boost the firm's reputation. So there are some key elements when it comes to legal docketing. Okay, some key elements. First of all, you have calendar and deadline management. So legal docketing includes scheduling and tracking the numerous deadlines that arise in legal matters, and some industries are more prone. Some niches are more prone to deadlines than others. Okay, for example, if you are in the criminal area, like if you are doing a criminal law, you might be having a more like a busier legal docket than in other niches. That, let's say, you're doing employment law, for instance. So now the right docketing software will calculate deadlines based on the type of case and applicable jurisdiction. And the platform can also adjust deadlines based on a change of status, such as a trial date being moved. Okay. So that's for calendar and deadline management. You also have court rules and statutory compliance. So to accurately calculate deadlines, docketing software must also incorporate the applicable statutes and court rules. This can actually save an immense amount of time for busy legal professionals while minimizing the chance of mistakes, especially if you want to really advance faster. Okay, so it's important to look at the legal docketing from an efficiency point of view. You want to save money, you want to save time, you want to be you want to be more productive. So that's an important element to really think about. So if you think about legal docketing for law firms, you need to understand that you have several what I call several processes. You have several items to really pay attention to. So besides calendar and deadline management, court rules and statutory compliance, you also have reminders and alerts, and you have case management. Let me explain. See, the thing is that just simply having reminders and alerts in your software is not going to really help you out as long as if you don't have, let's say, a structured approach to the whole thing. And that's what legal docketing software helps you with. Okay, you want to have a structured approach. You want to save time. You want to save money. Okay, and you want to really just go straight to the event. You want to go straight to the task without wasting time. So that's an important element. So if your law firm is really busy, it will have a difficult time tracking dates and deadlines for numerous legal matters. So the cool thing is that if you have reminders and alerts, you are able to ensure that tasks are completed and deadlines are met without the need for constant calendar checking. So this is an important element when it comes to flexibility, but also scalability. You also have case management. So basically, when it comes to legal docketing and case management, you are able to view all deadlines and calendar items for each case. That's kind of cool because then here you are having an intersection between case management and legal docketing. Okay, so the docketing software can also allow you for a swift navigation between different cases, so you know what's really happening on a particular case, so you don't have to waste time anymore, right? That's what you want. You want to really you want to navigate cases and really know exactly where you should focus your energy, or at least where you should focus your staff's energy, because you only have 24 hours in a day, or you only have 8 hours in a working day. You do not want your staff to actually focus on items that are not really adding value to the bottom line, right? You want to have those tasks that really can morph into billable hours, and that's what you want to really have. So when it comes to legal docketing for a law firm, you have to understand that there are some challenges. First of all, the whole idea here is to save money. The whole idea here is to go straight to the point. The whole idea is to make sure you're not wasting your time on things that don't matter, and you do not miss deadlines. You do not miss the important deadlines. You do not want to piss off. You do not want to piss the court off. Okay, so this is an important element. So there are some common challenges. You have complexity and variability. You have deadline management, and you have high volume dockets. Let me explain. When I say high volume dockets, for instance, you need to understand that managing high volume cases poses its own set of obstacles with recurring factual and legal intricacies in the pleadings. Okay, so if you represent, for instance, if you are an attorney and you represent plaintiffs in I would say many similar cases, you may face the challenge of keeping everything on track. Okay, especially when it comes to scalability. So high volume dockets can be a challenge. Also, another challenge is deadline management. So basically, what happens here is that you do not want to miss critical deadlines and overlook key opportunities, especially if you are in a niche, you are in a field where clients are very, how do I say it? Clients are paying attention to those little things. Like if you're missing key opportunities, if you're missing critical deadlines, I mean, they just switch to your competitor. Okay, so you want to really make sure that you are keeping things under granular eye. You also have complexity and variability. So variable. So legal docketing actually has evolved actually into a mixture of complexities and variations. Actually, because you have an ever expanding landscape of prosecution options, and also the emergence of new post grant review avenues. So you have the possibilities to get things done faster. Bottom line here is that if you have modern legal software, you can actually get things done in a streamlined manner. You can automate calendaring while providing alerts and reminders to ensure legal professionals do not overlook any court dates or deadlines, especially when it comes to having the right solution for your clients. Okay, so by recalculating deadlines when necessary, the right software here can actually ease the burden on legal professionals while minimizing or eliminating, let's say, like very bad mistakes. So when you think about legal docketing, you need to understand that if you want to save money, if you want to really be more efficient, if you want to actually get things done real fast, you need to understand the different types of legal docketing. You need to understand what's really working and what's not working. You need to have a clear idea about what's really possible there. Okay. Now there might be overlaps between the different methods of legal docketing. Okay, but there are actually some clear segments when it comes to legal docketing. You have manual docketing, you have calendaring software, you have automated docketing software, you have you have all kinds of possibilities. Okay, so let me first explain to you what I mean by manual docketing. What happens here is that manual docketing is actually it just means that you are manually calculating and entering events and deadlines. So you hear dates from the court, you hear dates from the judge, you hear dates from opposing counsel, and you just entering you're entering that info manually, or your staff is entering that info manually. Usually at a small firm, it's staff. At a mid-size or big firm, you have like back office or support staff. Okay, this can be a paralegal or it can just be a support staff. You have to understand here is that manual docketing has traditionally been done on paper calendar. Okay, but nowadays it's been done in digital calendars. So you can have a calendar in Excel, or you can have a calendar in calendar software such as Calendly, and really have everything inputted like manually. Okay, so if your firm is entering these dates one by one onto an Outlook calendar, or Gmail calendar, Google Calendar, or other digital platform, you are still engaged in manual docketing, and this process can be time consuming. This process can be also how do I say it, tedious. Like it can be tedious too. So you have calendaring software. So besides manual docketing, you have calendaring software. So you have to understand, if you use calendaring software, legal calendaring software, you are actually automatically one step ahead when it comes to one step ahead of manual calendaring, because this software can automate calendar related tasks, including reminders and updates from any event changes. So the right calendaring tool can also centralize all events and deadlines in one calendar, so the firm ensures that the entire legal system is coordinating effectively and avoiding double booking. So you also have automated docketing software. So if you think about key elements of like if you look at the types of legal docketing you have, automated is actually the new rule in town. Actually, you have a lot of law firms, small and big, actually going with this automation in terms of docketing. Okay, so but this is actually a very comprehensive solution. So it's just better that if you are a small firm, at least you need to make sure that you have the right I would say activity volume or transaction volume before actually switching to automated docketing software, because this software is usually for mid-sized and large firms, but it can also be applicable to small growing firms. Okay, just make sure that you have again the transaction volume to actually to support the transition to such a complex software tool. So the best software in this category, in terms of automated docketing software, can handle tasks beyond calendaring, such as document management. You also have task management, and that's a good thing, even court filings. Okay, so automated docketing solutions often work best when they integrate with your firm's practice management software. So, long story short, you have to understand that when you think about the importance of legal docketing for law firms, you have to pay attention to legal calendaring because those two concepts are kind of limited. I mean, they're kind of related, not limited. They're kind of related. Okay, so legal calendar is not limited to only like calendaring from a legal point of view, but you're looking at some intertwining between legal docketing and legal calendar. So, legal calendaring involves calendaring of events and deadlines associated with a legal matter. But the thing is that there is a switch. There is a subtle difference because unlike legal docketing, legal calendaring does not necessarily include task management, reminders, or any other function that ensures the calendared items are completed or complied with. So you have all kinds of possibilities, but you have flexibility also. So you can automate legal docketing and key processes with one solution if you have the right solution. So, if you think about legal docketing, if you want to save money, if you want to actually avoid mistakes, you need to understand the types of deadlines that are tracked in the legal docketing system. That way, you do not miss any critical deadlines, right? I spoke about that before. Though you do not miss those critical deadlines because those critical deadlines, when you miss them, you might have some penalties, some fines from the court, from the judge, or you might even lose some money or some you might actually face some reputational risk. Okay, so any type of legal deadline can be tracked in a legal docketing system, such as filing deadlines, for instance. Okay, but the cool thing is that if you look at a docketing system, you can also use the tool for other stuff. For instance, you can use the tool to generate reminders to complete critical tasks, even if such tasks do not have court imposed deadlines. In other words, the deadlines don't have to come from the judge necessarily. They can come from your own operations or from the strategy you have in place in a specific legal matter. In other words, you're looking at the kind of actions that opposing counsel is taking, and you are actually coming with your own you are imposing your own deadlines because those deadlines will help you actually win against opposing counsel. And you can also understand that you're not going to really get the integration you get through QuickBooks. When you think about when you think about legal docketing, you're not going to really have that integration because while QuickBooks provides many useful functions for law firms, including time tracking, vendor management, and accounting, it doesn't include legal docketing functions. Okay, so this is important. And if you want to improve your law firm's docketing processes this year, you need to really switch things. I mean, if your firm, for instance, is relying on manual docketing, you want to look to upgrade to digital solutions such as calendaring software at the minimum. You may also opt for more comprehensive docketing software with automated functions. It all depends on how complex your transactions are, how complex your legal niche is. Okay, and one thing for sure, the best tools for legal docketing are calendaring software or automated docketing software with more specialized tools available for IP docketing. Especially, again, the docketing will have to match the specific niche you're in, but also your firm's operations. So, in closing, to this conversation, I spoke to you about the importance of legal docketing for law firms, and I explained what legal docketing is, the key elements of legal docketing, and also the types of legal docketing. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.